So it's this time of the year again. And every single year, it's a seemingly increase of knowledge comes along, and more people come to this understanding and revelation that Christmas actually has a pagan root. Christmas is actually not in my Bible. Christmas, 25 December, is actually not where my Messiah, where Jesus was born. And we start fighting and quarreling, and a lot of people don't want to celebrate anymore, and many do want to celebrate it. Now, where is the clarity? So I want you to today come on a little journey with me, but there's one condition that I need you to make before you continue in this video. And that condition is that you're going to set everything aside, we're going to set all feelings, all emotions, all that aside, and we're simply going to go to the scriptures. We're simply going to go to the very word of God and let God tell us what the truth is. Because man, brother, sister, I don't know about you, but me, I don't care anymore about anything else. I don't care about culture. I don't care about what my family, friends, brothers, sisters, anyone, when we talk about my Father. When we talk about Yeshua, I love him so much that nothing else matters, and every other sacrifice is worth it as long as my King is pleased. And today, if that is your heart, please continue along with me. I want us to first open up in Deuteronomy 12 and have a little read about what the Father says. You shall surely destroy all the places where the nations whom you shall dispossess serve their gods, on the high mountains and on the hills and under every green tree. You shall tear down their altars and dash in pieces their pillars and burn their Asherim with fire. You shall chop down the carved images of their gods and destroy their name out of that place. You shall not worship the Lord your God in that way. You see, brothers and sisters, when that golden calf was made right after Moses received the commandments from Mount Sinai, Aaron came on the platform and he proclaimed to the people, let this be a festival unto Yahweh. Let this golden calf be a festival unto our God. You see, we've been taught that, that golden calf was the very thing they came to worship. Yet we fail to understand that golden calf was simply the thing that they brought out of Egypt, the very way of worship that they tried to use to worship God, the true God. They never worshipped the calf. They were smarter than that. They knew that there was another great God that just saved them out of Egypt. But what they tried to do, and this was the sin, as they tried to worship the Lord Yahweh, their God, in the way of the pagans. And in Deuteronomy 12, the Father says, those pagans, they go under every green tree. They go and they build all these idols, all these things. I want you to go and destroy these things out of that place. And then I'm proclaiming to you, Israel, if you are Israel, you will not worship me in the way that they worship their gods. And this is Deuteronomy 12, verse 4. Exactly from the words of Yahweh is what he said. Oh, but Petey, how can you say such a thing? And I've heard this and I've said it myself a few years back. What does it matter? It's my heart that matters. My heart is pure before Father. My heart, he knows my heart. And so my worship is pure before him. Leave me alone. Jeremiah 17 verse 9, he says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can understand it? I, the Lord, search the heart and test the mind to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his deeds. You see, the Father says, man, you think you can understand your heart? The heart is desperately sick. Who can understand it? And then he says, yes, I'm going to actually test your heart. You're right. I'm going to look at your heart. I'm going to search your heart. I'm going to look at what is going on in your heart. But be warned, brother and sister, because I am going to look at your heart and I'm going to look at your deeds. I'm going to look at the fruit, your ways, what you do. And I'm going to measure it up against my word, what I have stated, what I've instructed you. And in accordance to that, I'm going to judge you. Yes, your heart is going to play the role, but I'm going to see, because what for the heart is full of flows over out of the mouth, and ultimately it's going to be the fruit of your deeds. What is in your heart is going to be what you do. And so I'm going to look at what you do, and I'm going to judge that because I have instructed you in a certain way to go, and I'm going to look of whether you went that way or whether you went your own way. You see, brothers and sisters, it's not about what we feel about this thing anymore. It's not about it. It's about Yahweh. It's about Yeshua. It's about Jesus. It's about what He feels like. It's about what He said. It's not about what I feel. It's not about how I want to worship Him. It's about what He said, how He said we are to worship Him. And see, brothers and sisters, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. There are many things that the Father said. His whole word is full of ways where He said, I want you to worship me in this way because I love you, and I want you to worship me in this way. And the Father set apart certain days of worship in His Word. He set apart certain festivals in His Word. But we as Christianity have forgotten it. We have tossed it aside and we've come up with something better. We think we've got something new, something we're going to try and make use of to worship our God. While He said, I've given you my festivals. I've given you 7 festivals, much of which have not even been fulfilled yet. Come and worship me in this way. You see, brothers and sisters, we can make up our own days and do all these things, but the Father has given us days, and He's going to show up on those dates. I want you to imagine this. You know, you just entered a relationship with a boy or a girl, and you end up marrying them, and it's the most beautiful thing ordained by the Father. And you're in this godly relationship, and all is well, you know. But then suddenly this day comes along, and you get so excited because it's your partner's birthday, and you run up to them, and you got the gift, and you go and you give them the gift, and you're like, oh, I want to just celebrate you today. I want to celebrate your birth today. But your partner, he or she, they're shocked, and they're like, why are you giving me this gift? It's not my birthday, don't you know? My birthday is only 6 months from now. And you're like, oh no, but I'm celebrating your birthday on the birthday of my ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. Why aren't you happy with that? You see, when we tell the story, it's kind of, oh, of course they're going to be upset if we try and celebrate their birthday on the birthday of our ex. But see, brother and sister, that is exactly what we have done with our God. This is exactly what we've done with Yeshua. And we've come before Him and we say, oh, we want to celebrate you, but it's on the birthday of a pagan God. And the very birthday of Yeshua, the very feast days that He has set apart for us, we have totally forgotten and been disconnected from. And I want to ask you, when are we going to return to His days and turn from our paganism? He loves us and He has grace and mercy for us. But brothers and sisters, I proclaim to you that there is freedom in this place, and there is revival in this place of returning to the ways of our Father, returning to the ways that He has proclaimed, instead of lifting our ways above His. May God bless you and keep you, and run after Him.